Hello, everybody. I have 7 o'clock, and I know it's getting packed in here, so we want to get through this. All right, well, let's get started. Thank you very much. I'm recording this on YouTube, so a lot of people will see this on YouTube that couldn't make it today. Welcome to the July General Meeting. I am your Commodore Jim Nakashima. Thank all of you that made it today. So we're going to put this on YouTube a little bit later. First order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance, and I would like Staff Commodore Laura Ellsworth to lead us, please.
Thank you, boss.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'd like to introduce our flag officers for this year. Flag officer overseeing everything inside the clubhouse, who cannot be here tonight because of illness, is Mike McCarthy. And the officer overseeing everything outside the clubhouse is our Rear Commodore, Sally Cohen. And our Junior Staff Commodore, who's not present today, is Joe Negron. I'd like to recognize those past Staff Commodores that are here with us tonight. I see 2008 and 18, it's Steve Holland. Thank you, Steve. And I see John Caldwell, 2019, who's also SCYA Vice Commodore, and Laura Ellsworth, 2020. I think I got everybody. I'd like to introduce our appointed officers, of which there are not many here, but Board of Directors, we have Rwanda Tucker, Dave Jones, and Mardell Gardner here. And our cruise chair is Mardell Gardner. Our social events chair is Debbie Bachman. And membership is Rwanda Tucker. And I don't see anybody else, so it's a very short introduction. Did I miss anybody? Okay. Next item of business is Commodore's report. So our club continues to grow in membership and financially. With tonight's new members, we will have 193 regular memberships. So we're getting close to Rwanda's goal of having 200 memberships. So she's only got 7 more to pick for the next 6 months. I'm sure she's going to make it. This is due to the hard work of her and her team and everybody else in the club, who makes this a warm and inviting environment for other people to come in and see. And you know, it's enthusiasm generates enthusiasm, and they come up and see what a nice place is and what fun we have, and they just want to be a part of that. So thanks to everybody who's helped in the recruiting effort this year, and it'll push us over the 200. Yeah. Okay. A little bit about COVID. As you know, Mike couldn't be with us today because of that. And there have been a lot of unreported cases of COVID among our members, quite a few. I say unreported because most of these have not been reported due to the availability of home testing kits now, and they're voluntarily quarantining themselves. So this last mutation of the virus is far more contagious than the original strains. Thankfully, though, the symptoms are far less serious, and I think it's mostly because we have vaccines now and new medications to relieve both the severity and the length of the symptoms. Thank God for that. As a club, we will continue to monitor both the city and the county for guidelines and for regulations regarding masking and other procedures that we need to comply with. I just heard on the radio that we're getting close to bringing back masking. And when that happens, of course, we will comply with that and let everybody know. But it appears that hospitalizations are still low enough to not require masks at our events. Our policy is to continue having events at the club and let our members assess the risks and take appropriate measures, including not attending or wearing masks. So if you feel more comfortable wearing a mask at any of our club events, feel free to do that. We'll follow city and county guidelines, though. Okay, I'd like to talk about last weekend. What a great weekend we just had for the Independence Day. It started off Saturday with a fabulous boat parade through the marina with our decorated dinghies, Duffy's, Willers, and other small craft. I counted 30 boats. So I'd like to thank John Schroeder, fleet captain, Sally and her team for setting up this boat parade. It was incredible. We had so much fun. Afterwards, in the afternoon, we came back to the club and we had food generously provided by our new members, Lori and Chuck Merrill. They're not here, but there was so much food and we had a really fabulous time. The next day, that wasn't enough. It was Sunday and we had the Big Bang on the Bay party hosted by Debbie and Dave. Thank you very much, Debbie and Dave. What a fabulous event. Tri-tip fireworks and music. We counted 99 participants in that. So it was an incredible party and everybody really enjoyed the fireworks show. It was great. Great, great, great. Thanks again. And the tri-tip was fabulous, by the way. All right, on committees. We have a facilities committee which is responsible for capital improvements and is funded by a fee, capital improvement fee in your dues. And this is for our building fund, which makes building improvements. The first phase of this plan was to upgrade the restrooms and the patio. The restroom project is now almost complete. You can see the new counters, the sinks, and dispensers. They've been installed, and they look spectacular. The only thing that we're missing is the new mirrors and a little bit of paint and wallpaper, but that'll get done fairly soon. The work was done by a members construction firm under bid that was half of what it would cost us if we hired a commercial firm. They only charged us labor and materials. And that was Belinda Hazelhurst's company, so we thank her. It's really great.
What's the name?
Last week, the board approved two more projects. First one being adding signs of our name and Burgee on the front and side of our building. So this will provide needed recognition for our club in the community. It'll be 10-inch high metal letters with a half-inch standoff. And it'll look fabulous. They did work at Shoreline Yacht Club in the Marine office. And so our name will be up, not in lights, but our name will be up on the front and the side. And people will walk by and say, oh, there's a fabulous yacht club. Yeah. And they'll walk in and they'll sign up. The second thing is, we got approved, is replacing the patio cover. The patio cover outside has been installed somewhere between 12 and 15 years ago. And it's pretty much reached its end of life. So we found the original installer and contracted with him. Well, he will this week. And that project should be done by the end of this month. So you'll see new signs and a new patio cover, hopefully by the end of July.
Yay.
Yeah, we're moving along. We've got other things planned, but those are the main ones. Between the restrooms, the new signs, and the patio cover, I think we should be proud of our committee. Suggestion box. So Mardell Garner is the owner or the maintainer of the suggestion jar. So if you have some suggestions on how we could make the club better, please write them down and put them in the suggestion jar. It's the one at the end of the bar. And for every a suggestion, we review that suggestion at the board meeting, and we create actions if an action is acceptable, okay? So we listen to you that way. Thank you for keeping them coming. Okay, July marks the start of the summer season and the peak of the boating season. Our club calendar is absolutely chock full of events both in the house and on the water. There are cruises, there are races, parties, dinners, Seaville events that happen almost every day of the week. It's really hard, for me at least, to keep up with them all. It's a lot of fun. None of this can magically appear without the efforts of all of our volunteers. As I start the last half of my Commodore year, thank God, I want to thank all the workers that have made this club the success it has become. We have great officers, a wonderful facility, and a warm and welcoming membership. And as long as we can make everyone feel welcome, we will prosper and continue to grow. Okay, before I leave, we do have a Burgee Exchange. So at this time, I would like to call up Dave Green, and he'll tell us about the club that he exchanged it with. Dave?
Thank you. Hi there. I had the most wonderful experience in being able to go to Australia not last month, the month before, and spend a good 3 weeks there sailing around through the Royal Motor Yacht Club of Toronto. And when I went, on suggestion, I think Debbie actually suggested to me way back, is to bring a Burgee with me from Seal Beach Yacht Club and ask if they exchange, and they were very happy to do so. So I've got a really beautiful Burgee.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
It's super nice. What's unique about this club, it is royal. It's got the patronage royal in front of the name.
Wait, turn it around the other way.
The club was, in fact, today, with the international dateline, today is its 117th year anniversary. Anniversary today. So which is kind of cool. So it was opened July 6th, which fifth year, it's starting 6th there, 1905. And in 1927, King George V gave them royal patronage. So it's one of only 12 clubs in all of Australia that have royal patronage. Other people that have done that have been Queen Victoria, Prince Edward, and of course Queen Elizabeth. The last one was probably over 50 years ago, and they don't see anything happening again for royal patronage. So the British have 103 royal clubs throughout the Commonwealth, with 12 in Australia. So even though it says motor club, it's very similar to us. A huge sailing faction. They've nurtured gold medalists in sailing. They're huge on the 505 Dinghy Association, World Cup Association. They have a North Shore Championship, which are all the boats that are built by North Shore, which is Santana, Claro, Shoals. When I was there, we did beer can regatta and racing on Bavarias, and just had a blast. So, want to present?
Thank you,
Your
Dave.
Burgee.
Debbie, can you come up and take a picture of the handoff?
You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
What does their clubhouse look like?
Well, I'm going to leave this here for anybody who wants to. Here's a little
Oh.
newsletter, and here is kind of gives you an idea of what the clubhouse is.
Thank you.
Where is Toronto?
Toronto is on Lake Macquarie, which is New South Wales, which is north of Sydney.
Okay.
Lake Macquarie is the largest coastal saltwater with freshwater infusion lake in the whole southern hemisphere. So it's a huge, huge lake. The club, when it was first founded in 2005, was at the Sydney Hotel, and it was 4 members that had founded it. One of the members was Arnott, and Arnott is of Arnott Biscuits, which is a multi-million-dollar corporation to this day with, I think, 35,000 employees worldwide. And where the club is now, they moved in 1927, and that is the Arnott's original home called Lake Home on Macquarie. So, here's some more.
Thank you, Dave.
Sure.
We accept that Bertie will fly it proudly.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the Commodore's report. I would like to now introduce the Vice Commodore. Hello. My apologies for not being able to be here this evening. Things remain the same, active in the house throughout this month, starting with the Surfer Stomp Party on the 4th, followed by pub quiz and bingo nights on the following Saturdays, and not to be forgotten, the Father's Day barbecue. Food report. Attendance has been mixed for Friday night dinners over the course of the month, and I believe that's caused to some extent by the variety of activities going on inside and outside the club, as well as in everybody's lives, including a number of cases of COVID among our members who would ordinarily be here. I spoke with Fernando early in the month, and he has responded by not leaving before the dinners are being served, and I've received several positive comments regarding this change. Upcoming Friday night dinners include, on the 8th, prime rib with chimichurri sauce, and that's going to be good. On the 15th, pork chops chutney. On the 22nd, crispy chicken parmesan. That is very good. And 29th, we'll be serving top serval. Saturday and Sundays will continue to be busy in July, starting off with, well, this week's 4th of July celebrations. Next weekend on the 9th, we'll serve chili and nachos. And on the 10th, I don't know if this is true.
Yes, it is.
On the 10th?
It's a new number.
Oh, okay. Burger and a band on the patio.
Yes.
I think it's Tres Hombres, right?
Yes.
From noon till 3 p.m. And then on the 30th, we're going to have the Rolling Stones here. Maybe not the real Rolling Stones, but a Rolling Stones tribute band and a party on the 30th. On Sundays, Grow Your Own continues to be well attended and enjoyed by all. Bar report. I don't know if a bar report is coming because I don't see the bar captain here. House. We continue to have a number of breakdowns and issues with various items in the club, which we will continue to be on top of. Both Rusty and Peter Neal have been taking care of the house and our IT systems respectively. Work on refurbishing the bathrooms on the first and second floors has been progressing, and we should complete it shortly. Ship Store, I don't see Joan here. Ship Store has been introducing some new items and has, well, she can't give you an update. But there are a lot of new items, and we just had them here last weekend, and they sold a ton of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Over $600.
Over $600 of sales. Yeah, Ship Store has been doing a great job this year. Club Rentals, a private party is scheduled for July 23rd. That, I think it's Saturday. Okay, that's the end of Mike's report. So I would like to now introduce yes.
I was going to announce a couple things.
Oh, come up. He didn't put that in his report, so
Yeah, that's,
that's okay. Parties.
First off, I just want to thank Jim for the Bang on the Bay on Sunday. Without his help with the music, and we actually had Tad who came over to help us, and that was, he put it all together for us. Peter, Mike, it became a team effort for putting this on, so I wanted to thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Okay. Also, he did mention this Sunday, there's going to be a burger lunch with live music with Tres Hombres, anyway, Diana asked me to announce it, and please sign up online. It's $15, and you'll have a great time. Every time they do it, we fill up the place. Then the other thing that I wanted to mention is September 10th, we're doing a Beatles tribute, and it's you're going to go back to the 60s, and it's a live band, and it's again September 10th. The menu is British food and dessert, and you can sign up online, and there's a flyer. And what's really neat about them is when I saw them, they were fabulous. They dress in their black suits and their wigs and like the old Beatles. And then the second set, they go into the Sgt. Pepper's outfits, those long, blingy sort of coats and that. And so it's going to be really, really great. Anyway, look online. And everything else is there, flyer and so forth. And I think that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, I want to skip back because I forgot to bring up Rwanda. So Rwanda, would you please come up and introduce our new members, please?
Good evening, all of you people and out there, and the ones that aren't here and are on the YouTube. Okay. Tonight, I'd like to present 6 new members for this month. 2 of them are not here right now. Maybe one is going to join us in a little bit, and I'll tell you about him in a little bit. So anyhow, I would like to bring these members up so that they can tell you a little bit about themselves. And I'd like to start with Polly. Polly Mullen. Polly, come up to tell us about yourself. Okay. And Polly? Yes. Polly would like to help with membership because she was the membership chairman at Navy Yacht Club, so she knows all about membership, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was at Navy for a couple years.
Louder.
I work for Toyota, and I help them design cars that run on hydrogen, so fuel cell vehicles.
So he is always on an airplane going from one part of the country to the next.
Sadly true.
Right, okay. Well, welcome, and I see that you brought your friend with you tonight.
I did. This is my friend Rhea, and when I joined, I said, you asked me if I had a boat, and I said, no, I don't have a boat. I just have friends who have boats. And now I'm actually looking for a boat. I may have, don't encourage this. This is bad. I'm actually looking for a very specific boat, like a Chris Craft Corsair, I think.
You're looking for a power or?
A power boat.
Power boat.
Yeah, but a really
Okay.
small one.
Okay.
So, so
Okay.
any advice is
So,
welcome and appreciated. Thank you.
Yes.
He wants to know if it's hydrogen powered.
It could make that, it could happen. It might make that happen.
So anyhow, if any of you have any ideas about a boat for sale, a power boat, of course, then please get in touch with Craig. All right? Laura?
Are you looking for a hydrogen powered boat?
I might, maybe I'll do it myself. Maybe I'll do that part myself.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you so much, Craig.
Thank
And
you.
stay up here, please,
Sure.
also. How about Shauna and Mark? Now, all I know is that Shauna is very, very new to the area, so she needs to make some friends with all of us. So she's come to the right place, right? Shauna was just transferred up here to West Marine from San Diego. And so she's having to make new surroundings, new friends, and everything. So she is now the manager of West Marine next door. And I know we all patronize next door, so Shauna can help you with anything.
Yes, yes.
And then, Mark, would you like to tell us about what you do?
Sure, nothing as exciting as fuel cell or West Marine lowly analyst or San Diego Gas Electric down south. But we do have a boat, so.
Okay.
Sam.
And so Shauna and Mark, I have a boat, and what, you have a Beneteau?
Yep, 35.
Beneteau 35, and your boat is at Shoreline?
Yep.
Waiting for
Yep,
a mooring up here?
on the waiting list.
Okay, okay, all right, thank you, thank you, welcome.
Thank you.
Lisa? Welcome, Lisa, so tell us about yourself and what you do.
I'm Lisa. I lived in Seal for 40 years, so I thought I might as well just join now that I'm still in my 40s. I own Recharging Electric Hair and Skin Salon in Seal Beach, so I do all the skincare, and I have a hairstylist. And I also am a realtor for Ferguson Realty. So that and his crew, so we're all having a good time. Thank you for having us. My other half is what?
Yeah, well, Lisa came in as a member, and then was it the first time you were here that you brought your friends
Yeah,
and
I
they
brought-
joined immediately?
Yeah, I brought another couple with me, and I had them join at that time.
Right.
They're on vacation.
They're on vacation right now, so that is Bill and Rhonda Buchanan,
You can.
and they're members, and
We already have
Lisa
it.
brought them I think it was the first night you were here, and you
Yeah.
said, oh, they want to join. I said, okay, here's the application.
Yeah, they joined then and there,
And
and
I-
they have someone that they're gonna bring on, so we're just gonna make it a whole big family to join in. We're super excited.
And so and they all live in Seal Beach, and a couple of you are in real estate. You're in real estate, right?
Yeah, and I have the other business,
Okay.
right?
And you were brought in by one of the members, recent members, a couple months ago.
Yep.
And he's a realtor also, so
Yeah.
they meet up here. We have, the morning,
The morning meetings on
right?
Thursday.
And so they meet up here and they see what a nice club this is and
That's
so
what I
forth,
did
you
it.
know?
Mhm.
They're all on
And I do not own a boat, but I can pour some really good drinks, and I can swim really well.
That's great, Lisa. Thank you, thank you. And Lisa wants to be involved. She's got ready
I
for
will.
volunteering. So if you have anything that needs to be done, here's a girl for you. Okay, so you're gonna, take Bill and Rhonda's name tags
Items,
and
yes,
Dorothy and
they'll be in
stuff.
the next meeting.
Okay, perfect. All right, and then we have Shanine. And Shanine, I gotta tell you a funny story about Shanine. She finally called me and said, she said she finally got my phone number, but this was funny because she has tried several times, I guess, to become involved with the club. So she comes to the door and the door is locked. So then she comes back again and the door is locked. So how am I gonna get into this club? So go ahead, Shani, you tell them what happened.
Well, I actually asked to be accepted into the Facebook group, and a few days after that was approved, I saw Debbie's post where she included her phone number, and I was so excited because I thought, oh my gosh, I have a phone number of a real person I can call. And so I called her and I said, okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm just trying to get in touch with somebody about membership. And she was so nice and said, oh, you need to speak with Rwanda, and here's how to reach her. And anyway, here I am. So thank you all for welcoming me into the club. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm glad to be here. A little bit of background about me. I worked in architecture for 30 years. I have a consulting business that provides project management, construction management for developers. Maybe I can be assistance in the facilities, I don't know. But anywhere I can pitch in, I'm happy to do that, and I'm glad to be part of a fun group, and look forward to making lots of memories here. So thank you very much.
Oh, and tell us about your boat.
Oh, yes. I have a little teeny boat. I saw the pictures of the trip that you guys did to LA, and I was thinking, oh, these are all going to be sailors, you know. And I saw the pictures being posted, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're all power boaters, this is awesome. So anyway, while I have sailed quite a bit around here locally, I'm actually more of a stink potter, if you will. And I have a classic Californian. It's a 1966 28 sedan that I'm very proud of. It's set up for fishing, and it's over in Bahia Marina, so it's close by. And I just need a little help getting to know the boat. I'm a little nervous because I've never had a twin inboard. And I tell people I can leave the dock, I just don't know if I can come back.
You'll find a lot of help here.
There you go, here's a helper.
What's the name of the boat?
It's Island Hopper.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, all of you. And would you like to take a picture?
Yeah. Group photo, squeeze in a little bit. All right.
Are you gonna be part of it?
There you go.
Half and half.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Gotcha.
Thank you, Debbie. You're welcome.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is Seabells. Both our Seabells co-chairs are not here, so it'll be Sally presenting the Seabells.
I am Andrea. Andrea Reed couldn't be here, and Barbara Eric couldn't be here either. Those are our two co-chairs for our new members. And what a wonderful job Seabells does. Now that is open to all women members, so don't hesitate. Watch the scuttlebutt for what is going on there. Now I'm going to go ahead with her report. There's lots, so be patient. Last month, the Seabells did the wonderful June 19th Father's Day barbecue. And my gosh, they had a lot of people there with Tres Hombres band and complete with tri-tip and peach cobbler prepared by Barbara Eric King. And Peggy Shamil's father won a tabletop barbecue raffle. Mandy Fay sold over $500 worth of 50-50 raffle tickets. Wonderful. And I thought that was fabulous. Then on Wednesday, June 29th, there was a great luncheon that I was at Rodriguez. I don't know whether any of you have eaten there, but if you haven't, and you're not on a diet. But it's good food. I had a salad, but it was terrific. And it was hosted by Mary Lou Booker. All attending the Seabells were presented with beautiful hand-quilted mug rugs, which Mary Lou Booker made for each of us. And she stitched them all together. She's quite a crafter when it comes to materials and making stuff in little pieces of material. They were beautiful. 12 came to the event, including our own Mary Dominic, who is once again very active in the club and Seabells events. Coming up, okay, mark your calendars, Wednesday, July 13th, the Duffy Ride, hosted by Patty Hall. There's a flyer on your table. Wednesday, July 27th, a luncheon at Kathy May's Lakeview Cafe, hosted by Carolyn Rydell. For those of you who have never been to Huntington Beach's Central Park, it is a beautiful spot. Just a reminder, check Scuttlebutt and be sure to contact the women who are in charge of the events and let them know you're coming, because they're a lot of fun and it's a great way to meet everybody. So new members, definitely, you need to get involved, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I would like to bring up our Rear Commodore, Sally Cohen.
Let's see, which hat do I put on? Anyway, lots of things are happening. Lots. So, let me get the mic figured out. Okay, I'm the person who is responsible for all of the water activities of the club. And I don't know how many, I know one of you said you have a small boat. Well, I had a small boat when I first started boating. It was a little sailboat, a styrofoam. So don't ever feel bad just because you have a small boat. Our Pop Tots races are going well with lots of club volunteers helping. In fact, our finish line crew has wonderful attendance of people helping, and that's something the new members can participate in if you want to. You just look at Scuttlebutt at the bottom for the contact person. And what they do is when the race on Thursday nights, our Pop Tots finishes, they are the ones who do the scoring and keep track of the boats for our race committee. Our port captain, John Huntington, is going to help get slips for our Dana Point race, which is July 9th. And that's racers that go from here to Dana Point. And there's a lot going on at that yacht club too on that weekend. It looks like they have a lot of social events. The club's dinghy parade on July 2nd was a spirited and fun event. When I think about memories of Seal Beach Yacht Club, that is one of my memories. I mean, it was wonderful to see the decorations, to see what people contributed. All I can say, we even had one small boat. It was a pedal boat, and he was pedaling like crazy. And he won the third prize award for being the most creative. And behind him, he had a trail of different blow-up things. And I said, how's that boat being run? And then I could see him with his legs pedaling. It was funny. And then we had our wonderful, practically new member, Lori Morrell, contributed all the food in the afternoon, made some of it, and she didn't charge any of us for that. So all of my committee helped. And Dave Jones is sitting right over here. Thank you, Dave, for passing out the numbers. It doesn't matter, what? It was a tough job, right? But it doesn't matter how small the task is when people contribute their effort. That's what counts. Okay, Robin asked me to talk about Sunday Fun Day, just a little bit. I know Debbie already mentioned it.
What
But
did I gonna ask you, Robin asked you?
I know. Robin sent me an email. Oh well, it's not gonna duplicate too much. The club is going to have this wonderful new member event on July the 10th, starting at noon. Rwanda isn't gonna be here. She's taking a little short weekend trip. So all of us are filling in. Of course, we'll never fill in for Rwanda. But I mean, we're gonna do our darn best. I'm gonna be working with Dave Jones, welcoming new members. And a lot of other people are gonna be helping, taking potential members around the club and showing them what we have to offer. And thank you, Laura Ellsworth, so much for getting the ads run in the sun each week. And thank you, Dave, for getting that done. The two of you worked together to do that. All paperwork received that day. Hopefully we'll get a lot of new member applications. So, and I'm gonna save that paperwork for Rwanda, so I hope I can give you a nice big package when you come back. But anyway, also our members can register for this event online. So do sign up to come, because the food's gonna be good and the music with Tres Hombres is gonna be fun. Okay, you know, under my flag, we do the cruises. And there's a lot of activity on the cruise horizon. They're fun, they're just, I mean, each cruise chair has done a wonderful job of doing our cruises. Mardell, would you come up and just talk briefly about the cruises, or a long time, whatever you want? I'll get out of your way.
Hello, welcome new members. We just came off the LA Yacht Club cruise, which was fabulous. Thank you, Dave and Debbie, for hosting that. We had over like 20 boats and 44 people showing up for dinner and parties and Bloody Marys on the dock. So if you new members, you have a boat, please plan to come to the next event, which is our island event at Two Harbors. So we're gonna try, I'm gonna email everybody with the boat in the club, try and make that a record breaker to get all the boats over there this year. Also, but Diana asked me to bring up the Thanksgiving Day cruise on the Royal Caribbean. We have 16 cabins reserved, and so far 35 people. And so it's not too late to sign up. The information is on the flyers on your table. She left flyers there, and call Diana if you have any questions about all this. We have a couple land cruises coming up, if Laura wants to step up and talk about 2 land cruises that we have this month.
Thanks, Marnell. Hi, all new members. How are you? Probably we know each other and other people. Hello, I'm from Seal Beach as well, so I'll be talking to you. This weekend, we have a Dinghy-In movie that's happening at Navy Yacht Club. We're going to be watching Grease. There is the movie Grease with, there might be dancing. If Melanie and Ernie are there, they'll be dancing. We're going to start the movie at dusk, but before that, there is going to be a potluck that the Navy Yacht Club, they're looking real forward to us going over there and being with them, and we're kind of doing a joint thing here with the Navy Yacht Club. So that's right down the block here, and if anybody needs to know, information is, well, Polly, you can tell us, but we know too where it is. And then on July 16th, we are having a fabulous VIP area that we're going to have. We're doing a cruise to the Seal Beach Lions Fish Fry, which is a very well-attended event, and we have an area that's just cordoned off just for our members. We're going to be doing that from 12 to 4, and Robbie Armstrong is going to be playing at that time when we're there. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of dancing. It's a free event, but they are selling, fish and brats and that sort of stuff. But this is the first time we're doing this, so I'm really excited for our club to do that. Thanks.
Thank you, Laura. That should be very fun. There's a cruise schedule on the walls. I can get you, it's on the scuttlebutt and on our webpage. If you have any questions, let me know. So remember the island event. We have the long cruise. We have 10 boats going to that. If you think you want to go and meet us part way to San Diego at a stop, let Joan Flamingo know, because we can take a couple other boats at some other areas. We also have the Marina Del Rey coming up. The Avalon Golf Cruise, where we have a couple houses rented on a street. And so if you don't have a boat, you're more than welcome to come over and get a hotel room or inquire about renting a room in one of the houses that we have, where we'll be having street parties. October, we have we're going to a different type of horsepower. We're going to the Los Alamitos racetrack, and we have the 2 cruises in Thanksgiving, and we'll have some impromptu cruises coming up when lobster season opens. So that's the cruise report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mardell, for keeping all of our cruises going. And you do a lot of organizational work behind the scenes, and I know that it's a big job, so thank you very much. Also, I want to tell you that Commodore Splash was going to give a presentation tonight. Now, you new members don't know about him, Mr. Commodore Splash. In case an incident happens on one of our cruises or something else, and somebody happens to fall in the water, or other things happen, hopefully not, but if somebody does, Commodore Splash is on it. And I have reported a couple incidents because somebody reported to me. So next membership meeting, we're going to have Commodore Splash. He wasn't able to attend tonight, but he will really make you smile. Now, Mary Holland, you have something to talk about regarding Sailing with the Blind, am I correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Here you go.
My name is Mary Holland. My husband is Steve Holland, 2-time Commodore of the Yacht Club. And I do see a lot of new faces, not only tonight, but every time we're here, we see a lot of new faces, which is wonderful, because we welcome you all and we'd love to have you all join us in our fun. Once a year, we put on this event in partnership with the Seal Beach Lions Club, and it's called Sailing with the Blind. It's more like boating with the blind because they're not all sailing, but the blind and visually impaired participants come to the yacht club. We give them breakfast. We take them out on the boats for about an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, as long as you like. And then they come back, we give them a burger bash lunch, and have an opportunity drawing at the end of the day. It's a very, very rewarding event. Dave and Debbie took their boat out last year. John Caldwell's taken his boat out every year. We're looking for boats from the yacht club. If any of you have a boat that you'd like to take some people on, it's really, like I say, rewarding on both parts. The people are just so thankful to have this opportunity, which they wouldn't get if it wasn't for us. And we couldn't do it without the boat owners. So we also need people, volunteers to help with the food service and escorting them down to the boats, helping them come back and stuff. So I do have some flyers back there. They're not on every table because I came a little late. But if you'd like to participate, please let me know. My name, email are here on the flyer. And we'd love to have you, anyone that can join in and help us. Do you have any questions? Great, thank you. Thanks.
Remember, follow the scuttlebutt and be sure to register for it, new members. Because get on with your password and everything. It comes out twice a week. I know this doesn't have anything to do with the rear commodore position, but I would like to thank Jim Nakashima, our Commodore, and the Facilities Committee for getting our restrooms just about redone. It was way time. And also for spearheading the other projects that need to be done for this club, including a new patio cover with not spending a fortune for it because that patio cover is very old. And then the signage for the club will be absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Commodore.
Thank you. Wow, we have actually come to the end, almost a record time. So, welcome again, new members. I hope you enjoy, this is your club now too. And there are a lot of people that joined last month that are not new members anymore. Because you guys are the rookies. But anyway, make sure you check the Scuttlebutt twice a week for all the events. That's the only way you're going to keep up. And that's also how you register for all the events, like the parties and the dinners. It's through our website. Okay, so that concludes our July meeting. Any other questions? If not, do I hear a motion to adjourn? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you. Thanks everybody for coming.